February the 3rd, 8 o'clock on the dot. Excuse me, 8:01 on the dot. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's doing in the world of weather. If you haven't stepped out the door yet, it's a little foggy. We are experiencing impact weather this morning until 9 a.m. and in some cases even beyond. Widespread, dense fog to deal with visibilities down to near nothing. So just a heads up. As a matter of fact, dense fog advisories in effect across town until 9 a.m. Though I say that, and I recall we did just get a text message. Yes, the Marion County dense fog advisory goes until 10 a.m. So, yeah, 9, 10 o'clock this morning, we're dealing with it. Let's look at the visibilities around Central Florida. And you can see it's actually looking better up around Jacksonville, but our entire area visibilities are less than a mile. And when it's less than a mile, obviously it gets particularly impactful. There's a reason I'm not at the airport doing the coffee talk this morning, because between you, me, and these walls, these pipes that we're broadcasting through in the digital space, kind of wish I was going to fly today. Oh well, I guess we'll wash and wax the plane. But down to near nothing all across Central Florida until you get up to like Palm Coast and St. Augustine area. Definitely looking a little bit better up that direction, but that's it. Also, cloud ceilings. Even if we didn't have the fog, right? Like you're looking at 300-foot ceilings, 500 feet, Palm Coast, 200 feet in Melbourne. So super low clouds, super low cloud ceilings. So here's our Futurecast fog tracker. And let's just go like hour by hour by hour. Notice 10 a.m. Futurecast is still showing some thick fog around, right? 11 o'clock, starting to get better. By 12 o'clock, getting better. Although notice, even at 12 o'clock, New Smyrna Beach and folks that live like right along the shoreline still dealing with that fog. And through the day, it does look like it's going to get better, but it's going to want to keep with some fog. You see that marine layer there? 6 o'clock tonight. Already starting to watch fog coming in from the Atlantic coast and the Gulf Coast, right? And then even look at that 8, 9 o'clock tonight, that fog is sneaking in. And then into tomorrow morning, it's going to be another dense fog morning. So plan accordingly, my friends. Today, while we are going to lose some of the fog, there's going to be that fog bank on either coastline that's going to sneak back in, okay? All right. While I do wish that I could fly, the commercial airlines are flying, but they've got, Cat 3 approaches. They can go right down to essentially the runway in the fog. There are 8 delays at Orlando International Airport, 2 flight cancellations, so not a significant issue there. So that's kind of where we're at. So this morning, starting with the fog, but then the focus kind of turns to warm weather this week. It's actually going to be a really nice week. Just have some of that dadgummit fog. All right, let's look at some of the tower cams this morning, see where we're at. First off, the WESH 2 Studios tower cam. That's at about 230 feet looking down. So at least in this spot, there's fog, there's low clouds. Let's look at downtown Orlando. Yeah, that's nothing. What is this, Ocala? All right, so you can kind of see Ocala. Cool beans. Matt says, I blame the groundhog. Dude, you're not all that wrong. There's our downtown Orlando tower cam. New Smyrna Beach. Tavares. Right, we get the idea. VFR not recommended. There's Port Canaveral. Rusty's. Look at that one little bird's like, I ain't going in this. See that guy right there? Go. I'm not going in this. Oh, almost fell, poor guy. He's like, I'm not flying. I'm going to walk. Where I'm going, I'm walking. And last but not least, let's look at Disney Springs. Yeah, so you get the idea. It's a foggy start. So impact weather this morning. That impact weather goes until 9 or 10. After that, we'll go from an overcast sky to some sunny breaks, and then into this afternoon. Cannot rule out a quick passing shower. All right. Oh, and those temps are looking pretty good. 80 degrees at 3 o'clock. How about the rest of us? 79 in the Villages, 72 today in Palm Coast. Now, yes, there will be from time to time fog around if you live along the Gulf Coast or the Atlantic Coast, right? Let's take a look at Futurecast. All right, this is the non-fog. It shows fog, but it's not like designed specifically for fog. All right, so through the day we're gonna get some sunshine, and Futurecast is throwing a few showers, and you can see if you look right on like the I-95 corridor, you could see that low cloud deck sneaking in. Right? Yeah. So a few showers this afternoon into tonight, then the fog kind of returns. Looking at Futurecast for tomorrow, more sunshine through the day, maybe a sprinkle, and then the fog returns. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. All right, does that make sense? We good? Now let's look at the 7-day forecast here, just to detail it. Right? It's looking nice. I mean, a couple of showers here or there, but it's looking great otherwise. Yeah, 80s for high temperatures, a few sprinkles around. Sure, we've got fog, but at the end of the day, it is February, right? So, like, this is that time of year. Steph's asking, do you think the rocket launch will happen later with the fog at the coast? I mean, SpaceX launches at Vandenberg with fog all the time, right? So, looking at rocket launch forecast, 3:37 tomorrow morning, the Starlink launch. Not really looking at any weather issues. This evening's forecast is the Maxar Digital Globe 3. Not looking at any issues. So it looks like it's a pretty good 7-day forecast. That's just from my seat. Right? All right. That's all I got. What do you have? Questions, comments, concerns, otherwise? How we doing? Are we ready to tackle the day? Are we ready to tackle the week? Rick says flying into Orlando from Hong Kong. What's the weather for Wednesday the 4th? Wednesday the 4th? Wouldn't it be Tuesday the 4th? Rick? Or are you talking another month? Colder than normal January, warmer than normal February. Yeah, so when we look at January statistics, it was the 12th coldest January ever. Average high temperature was 56.6. The coldest on record was 1977, 50.6. Yeah. So there's that. This overall weather pattern is going to keep us nice and warm. An upper level high, basically 500 millibar high, kind of giving us what's referred to as compressional heating, blocks the cold fronts from coming and just kind of gives us that nice warm setup. So, yeah, looking good. Looking good. If you like that warmer stuff. I happen to, but Chad, fellow news nerd here. I see that Wesh has upgraded to the new cold opens with this drive updates. Can we expect more soon? There's always whipped cream on top of the jello, right? You always just have to add layer by layer by layer. Yeah, we've started doing the new cold open toolkit that launched at PBF and ISN a year ago. Little by little, we're developing the adjustments. Debbie says, Eric, there's a time difference in Japan. Yeah, but the dates don't change. Wednesday is still not going to be the 4th, no matter where you are. Leaving on the 4th. Okay, I mean, it's just, you said Wednesday the 4th, and that did not compute. So, I mean, things are looking good for us here on Wednesday. Sometimes when crossing the date line, it's hard to get both. I get it. I have to listen. My love language is teasing. If y'all, maybe you're new and you don't know, I like to tease. If I don't tease you, I probably don't like you. If I do tease you, then yeah. Rick says, looks good from the ground. Yeah, no, we're looking good. I mean, there's going to be some fog, but a flight coming in from Hong Kong, you're not going to be subject to like ground stops and things like that. So barring an airport closure, you're going to be doing just fine. Yeah, those long hauls, yeah. So there's that. Yep. Another cold front. I mean, there's the 7-day forecast. If we were to look, give me a second and I'll dial up some da 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 da. All right, so we'll do that. Stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by. I'm going to dial up the GFS. Hold on. Give it a second. Nope. Products, GFS, Global Deterministic, GFS. Eigevoltasmeer, come on. Product, no. Wesh. MCO GFS deterministic. There we go. Okay, this is all I'm trying to show you. Am I asking for too much? Paste. Okay. Okay. All right. So there's your GFS for temperatures. All right. There you go. Is it going to be getting cooler soon? Models are indicating like the 16th, 17th ish, somewhere in there. They're trying to figure it out. They're not there yet, but they're trying to figure out a cold front. So in the meantime, no, there is no cold front coming in the short term. We could eventually get there, but no. Ah, Mike says sarcasm is my way of slapping you across the face with love. You know, we're just all teasing each other. That's all. That's all. 89 hard pass in February. I know. We'll see if that plays out, but you know, the pattern is such. The one thing that I do think is kind of funny is the people that want to go to the beach, right? Like I did this forecast the other day, and it had been the first time that I'd done the beach and boating forecast in a few months, truth be told. Okay? The beach and boating forecast, for those that are interested, water temperatures are in the upper 50s. So it's going to be chilly. Yeah. Like serious. I saw, some of my friends that I've grown up with, people that you haven't talked to in years, but they're still on your Facebook feed. I looked in there the other day, and there was this one of the girls was there at the beach with her family, and you know how some people post that picture where it's like their legs in the ocean, and they're like, "My happy place," and I'm just like, I feel like even in the sun with those water temperatures in the 50s, that air has to be cool, right? Like that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. So, anyway, there we go. Water temps in the 50s is good for escape. It was cold. Anyway, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. The people that want to go to the beach. Here's a weather stem camera. Kind of see the beach there. Yeah. Yeah. Cold ocean. Well, there's the fog. Exactly right. Cold ocean. There's your fog problem. You got it. You know the meteorology. You got it. This is a weather stem camera over at Daytona Beach. Speaking of the beach. And what's fun is for those of you weather nerds out there, this is the weather stem weather sensor. This is a beach safety, by the way. So yeah. Yukon says, I hate those pics of people's legs and feet at the beach. People's feet. Yeah, I mean, I am not confident enough to post a picture of my feet. I'm not hating anybody that does, but, you know, we're all doing our thing. Yet there's somebody who will say the water is fine. Come on in. Ah, yeah. Not this dude. Wouldn't say it's beach weather quite yet, but this week definitely. I mean, I feel like I would. So I was at my in-laws yesterday. They live, close to the beach. I was wearing like jeans and a sweatshirt, and I was still chilly. I just got back from home from South Florida. I don't like the 80s. I prefer the 50s and 60s from Italy. Not a heat person. There you go. Yeah. Carol, I like my feet. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not the one who was hating on it. I'm not confident in my feet to post those pictures. Yukon didn't like that. What time will the fog be gone? Yeah, so we looked at it 10, 11, 12 o'clock, depending, but it's going to want to hang out over here at the coast. And you know what's kind of cool is actually from this shot, if you look, while you've got a decent shot of the beach here, look at that. You see right there, there's the fog deck. You can see clearly the fog deck there. So let's look at this exact same spot, but into the beach side, the parking lot. Basically, it's just another camera facing the opposite direction, right? And it's the same thing. You can see that fog deck there on the horizon. Isn't that neat? That's pretty neat. Ah, Mike, you're so funny. So, yeah, I love these cameras to be able to see what's doing. This is Ponce Inlet. No, not too bad there. May get a little foggier later. Victoria Gardens. See if this camera's working. It is not working. right? Flagler Beach area. Actually, this is Marineland. Foggy. Big surprise. So, anyway, there you go. All right. Good times. Terry, I didn't hear that story, but I'm grateful that she is. Goodness. I bet you it's foggy in Benel. Actually, it looked better in Benel. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible in Benel. Right? Marion County. Weather stem camera in Marion County. Yeah, I mean that's the EOC. Can't see much there. Macintosh. Loading, loading, loading. Maybe that camera's down. Yeah. Just it's kind of one of those things. It's neat to be able to check in on the different weather stem cameras. And these are all freely available to folks. Yeah, there's Windermere. What is that? I think that's Windermere. That's a Windermere High School, I think, if I recall. This is at the Orlando International Airport. Yep. UCF area. I believe this is out near the police department at UCF. Downtown Orlando. Yeah, you can't even see the buildings there in the distance. Some of those cameras are like people in my office. They only work about half the time. Hey, I mean, anytime you have like any kind of a remote camera, it's not going to work all the time. You know, I find that that's always fun. This is Winter Springs High School. Pete Gaffney's school there. Okay, I got to tell Pete Gaffney we got to go out there with the wrench, pound that camera, get it to work. Oh, well. Y'all get the idea. What about I-75? Got to drive north. Oh, yeah, it's foggy on I-75 for sure. Fog is so bad, droplets feel like rain. It's a little misty. Yeah, you get the fog. You get the fog, yeah. All right, we looking good. We happy. We comfortable. We enjoying this. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. Don't yell at me. Do the best I can. Really glad about this benign pattern. That said, though, hard at work on the long range forecast, and that's going to be a big thing that I will be working on behind the scenes. Not today. Today I'm off. Today's coffee talk and then personal time. But like tomorrow at work, am I doing shows? I don't even know what I'm doing. No, we're in the book. I'm not. Let's see here. Am I doing shows today this week? I don't think I am until Friday. What is today? Tomorrow. Oh, the Weather Summit is this week. How could I forget? So, the Weather Summit, that's going to be super neat. We'll preview that Wednesday. We'll preview that. Yeah. Cannot wait to talk about that. And then, yeah, my next newscasts are going to be on Friday. All right, very good. John's asking question, how strong a wind do you need not to have fog? Yeah, I mean, there's different dynamics. For just like the kind of fog that we typically get in Florida, you need completely still air. But in a temperature inversion setup like this, you can absolutely get fog with a breeze. So yeah, it just depends. There's different versions of fog, different ways to get it. Yeah. Deborah says this weather makes me happy. It's okay. There's nothing to talk about. I love it. I love it absolutely. Hey, don't forget you can check out our surf cam at the ocean right now. When you say our surf cam, Shannon, what do you mean? Yeah, are you at the Harbor House? Let's look at it together here in a second. Give me. What's our surf cam? Let's look at it. That's quote unquote our surf cam. Looks foggy to me. Yeah. Yeah, do you work there? What's the deal with that, Shannon? If so, if you can give us written permission, we'd love to show it on TV. Yeah. My grass needs rain. I think all of our grass needs rain for sure. Yeah. Dense fog drive, that's it. We got to be careful this morning, right? That's why it's impact weather this morning. All right? All right. Listen, that's all I got. Go. Go. Enjoy your day. Thank you for hanging for Coffee Talk. I will see you tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. Sound good? Yeah? Sound good? We'll do it together? All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's